Fuck you.
I think we're at an impasse here. So we've introduced him to death and crushed his hopes and dreams all in one fell swoop.
She jumped from her box onto the field and began lapping up Brock Purdy's blood, spurting from his still moving body.
Is this your hero? This is your hero now!
Sushi jackknife. 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 Sushi jackknife.
What you slurping on over there?
I have Dr. Pepper and cream soda zero sugar.
Whoa.
That's what this episode is brought to you by. Dr. Pepper and cream soda zero sugar.
Wow.
All the Dr. Pepper and cream soda flavor you can pack into 12-ounce cans.
Hot damn. That's what I'm talking about.
Did that sound real? Is that official
did
enough?
Sound pretty good.
Yeah.
It would. I'm good with it. I like
that's what I'm going for in life. Oh boy.
I'm sucking down some Bell's, right? I love Bell's beer.
Yeah.
Change of Heart. Their experimental IPA, they call it. It's not very experimental. It's pretty good though.
What makes an IPA experimental?
I think they're real traditional over there, so they're calling this like a West Coast style.
So
versus,
they just did one thing different and went, oh, it's an experiment.
Yeah, versus the venerable, two-hearted ale that they've been making for a long time.
Yeah.
That I love. Oops. Yeah.
I feel like that's a brewmaster that's just insecure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he doesn't want to call it anything specific. He's like, it's experimental, okay? So if it's bad,
leave me alone about it, okay?
I'm just trying things, okay?
Get out of here, kids.
Yeah, so whoever you are making this beer, believe in yourself.
Yeah, that's the place to start.
You don't need to doubt yourself. Everyone loves what you do. Just
that's right.
Give it a shot.
It's true. So we're both wearing red hats. I think
was that where we were at?
I think that's where we were
red
at.
hats? Okay,
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Unplanned.
Yeah. It's a good hat
unmitigated.
color. It's a good hat color.
Yeah.
If you, as a person listening to this or watching this, don't own a red hat, do yourself a favor. Go out there. The only thing better than a red hat is a Dr. Pepper and cream soda zero sugar.
We look like 2/10 of a fucking sailboat crew right here.
That's it. That's what you want to go for. Well, so my beard is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, you're looking nautical, Bal.
I feel like this particular type of hat, the knit beanie, lends itself to large bearded men. I feel like it's a good hat for that situation. So
I'm inclined to agree. It's a look, as they say. It's a good look.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about good, but it's a look for sure. It happens.
I had a moment. Had a moment today where I thought, like, I saw myself in the mirror and I thought, oh fuck, because I was a really ugly baby, and then I feel like I kind of grew into my features, and then today I was like, I feel like my features are becoming predominant again, and I don't know what to do.
Your features are going to continue to grow until the day you die.
That's right. This and the ears, the nose, the ears. Yeah. That doesn't stop.
But I guess you just need to have the rest of your face grow with it.
Yes.
So if you can calculate like the amount of weight you need to put on, to continue to match the growing of the nose and the ears, it's going to offset and no one will notice.
I like this idea. That's a good excuse to just eat what the fuck ever. Yeah,
well, you have to calculate it. You can't just eat anything because because if the rest of your face outgrows your features, then proportionally you're in the wrong spot. You got to find that sweet spot right there. I don't know how you calculate that, but there's got to be a way. There's probably an app. How fat should my face be? That is an app somewhere that'll do it for you.
How fat should my face be? How fat should my face be? How fat should my face be?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of ways you could be asking. Like, it could be concern, like, how fat should my face be?
Right.
But in this situation, it's like, so how fat should my face be?
Yeah.
I'd like it to be pretty fat.
I can't not think about Homer when he's trying to gain all that weight so he doesn't have to work anymore.
Oh, yeah. That's a good plan.
Dr. Nick takes the napkin and rubs the chicken wing on it. It's like, if you could see, I can't remember what it is, but it's like, if you could see through, that's your path to the weight you want to gain. That's some bullshit. I don't know.
There you go. That's healthy right there.
Yep. It's good stuff.
Oh boy. So how's life?
You've been through some shit.
Oh man, have I ever?
As of late?
Yeah. I'm trying to think where to start here with
We haven't talked in a minute.
Yeah, well, it's been hectic.
Yeah, I know. It's not your fault. It happens.
Right. So we had a week that was we still recorded during the week, but it was very busy because I was preparing for a concert.
Yeah, how did that go?
How far down that wormhole do you want to go?
As far as you want, baby.
Okay, this podcast this episode has the risk of turning into Nathan's story time. I'm going to warn you that.
That's okay.
Okay.
That's all right.
So this concert was at Dark Matter here in Nashville, in East Nashville.
Yeah.
Nice venue.
Cool.
Very fun.
Yeah.
I contacted them and they said, well, if you can find some other people to play, we can set up the show.
Yeah.
So I contacted our friend Ian.
Yeah,
Ian Horton.
Man.
Go follow him on Instagram. He's very good.
Really good.
And then I was like, who else should I contact? So previously we had played a show at another venue and there was a band that rubbed me the wrong way.
Wait. This is
Psybin. Psybin. We're going to say the name. Yeah, we'll call them out.
Psybin, right?
Yeah.
This is the night that I was trying to make it to your show and I missed you, but I saw them.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Right. So they rubbed me the wrong way. But me being interested in growth as a human being, I was like, maybe I'm being overly judgmental.
Yeah.
And, I put out some feelers to people and I was like, sure, I'll throw them an invitation.
Yeah, why not?
So they said yes. And I was like, fine, we're good. Then we set up the show. It's a pain to set up shows. I hate it. I hate everything about it.
A lot of work.
So we're finally set up. We're good. And Dark Matter says, okay, show starts at 8. Doors open at 7. Be there to set up and everything at 6. Perfect. So I tell them 6 o'clock on Instagram is when we are supposed to be there. Yeah. I have to note this for a future story part here. Ian said, okay. And Psybin hearted the message. Now,
okay.
I have an issue with hearted messages because anytime you reply to things with an emoji, I feel like it's passive aggressive.
Yeah.
It just feels that way.
Yeah.
I know that's a me issue. We'll get to that in a second because that comes back.
I feel like a hearted message or an emoji, a responsive message ends the conversation. That's how I always feel.
Yeah. Anyway, so 6 o'clock. So I show up at 6 o'clock. Ian shows up at like 6:15. A little bit late.
Not bad.
Around 7 o'clock.
Oh fuck!
I message Psybin to go, "Hey, are you guys on the way?" And he says, "We're just packing up and heading out." Now that's an hour late to be packing up and heading out. So they show up. They show up to the venue, carry in some stuff, make some weird remarks because we're hanging out outside on the sidewalk and they don't like that we're in the way.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Yeah. So, carry their stuff in, and then Psybin goes, "Oh no, I forgot my guitar amp at home. We're now at like 7:15, 7:20. I've got to go get that." So he showed up an hour 15 late and didn't have his equipment, but did take time to set up merch in the back before he took off. Because,
wow.
So
what the fuck, man?
Well, we're not done yet. We're not done with this whole thing.
Boy.
Okay. So Ian plays. Ian does great.
Yeah. Well, Ian plays solo, right? He plays solo.
Yeah. Ian, and it's always fantastic. I love it.
Yeah, he's awesome. I really like his
None
stuff.
of this story is bad about Ian.
Yeah, we love Ian. We do. We genuinely do. The first time we saw him, we were standing beside each other and we're like, fuck, this guy's awesome.
Yeah. He still hasn't recorded.
Fuck.
Which is,
God damn it.
I told him that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told him that you wanted me to nag him about recording.
Yes.
And he went, "I know."
Don't be coy, Ian. God damn it.
Anyway.
Get your ass up to New England. I'll record you, motherfucker.
So Ian plays. It's a good set. We play. It's fine. It's pretty good. Now, in this, I will say, a majority of the people who showed up were Psybin's fans. This also will come back. Okay.
Yeah.
I say fans, friends. None of them are fans. Let's be honest. It's a local band. No one has fans as a local band.
No.
You have friends that come out and watch you play music, and friends that those friends dragged there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway. So then Psybin finally plays. They have all of their equipment. It's there. It happened. Not going to say anything bad about their music. No, they're last.
They're last.
It was just the three of us. Yeah.
Okay. So you went second.
I went second.
Okay.
Because, see, we thought through backlining here. For those who aren't band people.
Yes.
It makes the most sense for the band with the most equipment to play last.
Right.
And then, everything can line up on the stage. That is assuming everyone shows up with their equipment in time to set it up. All right. So fast forward, I've sat through their entire set. I'm ready to go home. It is Thursday night. I go outside and my car does not start.
Fuck.
Okay. Which I'm like, okay, fine. So I start getting on the phone with AAA to have my car taken somewhere. As I'm doing this, there's a knock at my window, and it's Psybin. I had divvied up the money. Now, in my world of music, the money that is received by the bands, it's always just been divided up evenly.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what order. Right.
It doesn't matter who. It doesn't matter what. He came up, knocks on the window, and I gesture that I'm on the phone.
Yeah.
And he just kind of starts talking. Like, okay, roll down my window.
What the fuck?
How much money do we get? Like, well, roughly 3 times the amount I gave you. Mathematically, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Well, a majority of the people who showed up were our people. So I think I deserve more. Now, I will say that's a fair point.
Yeah,
I will give him it's a fair point. It's a shitty point.
Yeah.
You're a turd if you do it.
Yeah.
But it's a fair point.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, that's a fair point. I'm on the phone right now trying to get a tow truck. Can you message me on Instagram and I'll Venmo you?
Yeah.
And we'll figure it out. And he just keeps talking. And saying, it's just, we brought out more people. I'm like, okay, fine. You know what? We each got $20.
Per band?
I'm sorry, 25. Yeah, there was no money. No one made money off this. Like, take my $25 and leave me alone so I can do this. Well, no, I don't want to do it that way. And he starts walking off in a huff.
What the fuck, you little bitch?
Mm-hmm. And so at this point, I'm annoyed by him.
Yeah, he sounds really annoying.
I hang up on AAA because I haven't talked to anyone anyway. And I get out of my car and I go to his car and gesture for him to roll down the window. And I give him the money and say, if it's only about the money for you, take the money. I don't care. I don't care about the money. I will tell you, though, as the person who set up the show and who had to make excuses for you when you were an hour and a half late and didn't have the equipment that you were supposed to have.
Right.
It's really annoying when you do this.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
And he, well, it's ridiculous. We have to be there at 6. That's an issue for you to take up with Dark Matter.
Yeah.
I'm not them.
Not with me. Not with me.
I'm just saying it's not professional to show up an hour and a half late without your equipment.
Right. Right.
So I'm in a blood feud now with him.
Good.
I told my wife the story and she was like, sometimes you take things too far. And I'm like, yeah, I do. This isn't one.
No, you didn't. No, he was being an asshole. He really was.
Yeah,
inconsiderate, selfish asshole. And
I may have. This might have been too far, but I'm still fine with it. I did at one point during our conversation go, well, of course you didn't think you needed to be there early because you think the world revolves around you and you're the most important person.
Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
Anyway,
and well, no, and I want to say you might not want to say anything about their music, but their music fucking blows because I heard it. It's not. It's pedestrian as fuck. Sure, they can play.
They can play.
Yeah,
and they can play exactly like 50 other bands in any 5-mile vicinity that they might be.
Correct. The songs are unremarkable, and the name is stupid. Okay, that's what I'm gonna say.
The name is stupid, and his skill level is great value. Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
It's the Walmart version of Stevie Ray Vaughan.
White boy blues rock should have been born and died with Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's my opinion on that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's how the concert went. It was fun. I'm glad I got to play.
I'm glad you did too. And fuck Psybin. Fuck you.
Anyway, he kept when I was talking to him saying, "I think we're at an impasse here," and then ended it with, "Okay, well, we're just not going to ever do this again."
Yeah. And
I said, "You weren't going to be invited again." So I guess that works out for everyone. We're all happy with the result.
Oh my God.
Anyway, that's how the concert went.
Jesus.
There we go.
So that was one thing that happened to you since we last talked.
Very, very minor. Oh, also, I forgot to include this detail.
Yes.
When I went back to my car started.
Oh, good.
So there is actually a very real possibility. He now thinks I was lying to him about my car not starting to get out of giving him $25.
That's hilarious. That's just he did all the wrong etiquette things for bands and shows.
Yeah, here's the thing:
know?
if you came up to me, during the show,
Yes,
even directly after the show, and said, "Hey, since a majority of the people who came because of us, I do see that it might be more fair if we got more." I'm fine with it. I don't care. Like I told him, I really don't care about the money.
yeah, it's not much money to begin with.
No,
it's not even fucking beer money divided between 3 or 4 people.
No,
it's like
like I genuinely do not care.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to rob you of your mere pennies.
Yes. Yeah. Man, fuck that guy.
Anyway. Yeah. So there's that. Let's see. I'm trying to think of the next. Well, okay. So I have to, because of HIPAA requirements, be vague about the next parts.
Yeah.
I mean, I can tell you, but like,
sure. Yeah.
I don't want to bleep things out while I'm recording this or editing this. And so my wife had surgery. It is an invasive surgery, but not like a dangerous surgery.
Right. Right.
So that happened this last Monday. But we have to go back a little bit more. I don't think maybe I did tell you this. I don't know. So like the Tuesday before the surgery, we're talking about a week before, our ancient decrepit dachshund, who we've been waiting on to reach that point.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, man. Sucks.
I mean, it happens,
Yeah.
We were here's the thing. It was sad. I'm trying to think of the right way to put this. You know the thing where you have someone in the hospital and they've been in a coma for like 10 years.
Yeah.
And then they die in the hospital.
Right.
And it's kind of like okay.
Yeah,
it's sad.
It's sad.
Yeah, okay.
There's sometimes a sense of relief that comes with it too for them,
and there's a little bit of that.
Yeah.
So every time we've gotten close to that point before, Charlie the dog has rebounded.
Yeah.
So it would be like, okay, we're almost to the point. Even to the point that like a year ago, we booked a visit to the vet for a quality of life appointment, which I didn't know existed. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
And the day we were supposed to do that, she was up and running through the house. I'm like,
oh man. Yeah.
Oh, now they're going to think we're lying about how bad things are.
Yeah.
So this time, like on Tuesday, like her legs weren't holding her very well. Like she just kept her back legs splaying.
Yeah.
Wasn't eating much and then stopped eating, period. And we're like, okay, well, dogs know when things are happening.
Yeah.
So that was like Thursday she stopped eating. So Friday, I'm like, okay, we gotta make a call here. And the reason we had to do this rapid fire is my wife's surgery is on Monday. And her surgery being on Monday, it's a multi-week recovery. We didn't know what state she was going to be in. Yeah. And I know she wants to be there when they murder the dog.
Yeah.
That's how we're phrasing it.
Sure. Sure. I mean, it is.
She wants to witness the dog murder herself.
If there are ever any questions,
right.
She
wants proof.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, it is Friday. Your surgery is Monday. We have 2 days to get this done, or else this dog is going to have to suffer for like another week to 2 weeks while you recover enough to be there while we do things.
Right.
So like Friday afternoon at like 2:00, we booked a vet to come euthanize our dog at 10 a.m. the next day, which feels real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So we got, the vet came out, very weird experience. Your dogs, did you take them to a vet or did you have someone come to that?
No, we took them to that national emergency vet and they have a little room. Yeah. Both of them the same place. Yeah.
Yeah. Like this. So I'm going to make fun of the vet here.
Okay.
I want to, before I make fun of the vet, say she was an incredibly sweet person. And I was very happy that she was the person who got to murder our dog.
It was her privilege.
Yeah. That being said, man, if there's a thing as being too sweet of a human being, when you're murdering dogs, that we got real close. Like she wanted to pray with us, and had a whole prayer about how, Charlie, you've served your family well, and we all love you. And both of us are sitting there going, we don't do anything. You weren't a part of this. Like but like not all of them. But okay, fine. It's just the weirdest job to have, because it is like she goes to people's homes and like it's just constantly, the two choices are constantly either comforting people who are sad that their pet died,
yes,
or going to a house where the people just straight up don't give a crap, and you're trying to comfort them, and they're like, "No, it's fine, just do it."
Yeah. Oh God,
isn't that the worst?
That would piss me off. Actually, if I were her, I'd be like,
man, I feel like those are the only two choices.
Like, fuck you, I'm taking this dog with me. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that happened. We had to explain death to our 7-year-old.
That's tough. That's very tough.
That's I'm still not 100% certain we've gotten there. He went through not the standard stages of grief, but through a special series of stages of grief that he created himself.
Okay.
So he's never had a relationship with this dog, hardly. Like, Charlie was old and crotchety when he was born. She continued to be old and crotchety through the rest of her life. He never played with her. He barely petted her. He did take her outside a few times to go poop. Well, that's his entire relationship. He took the dog to poop. So our thought was we would tell him, and it would kind of just be like oh, okay, that's sad. And then he'd move on.
Right.
He said, well, I don't want Charlie to die. Like, none of us do. That's not how that works. That would be the type 2 of people that this vet is going to come visit in her life, the ones who don't care about their pet at all, and we don't fall in that line.
Right.
So we had that conversation, and then he's like, okay. We're like, okay, well, that was quick. He adjusted, we're fine, and went to bed. He went to bed, and in his bedroom, then started crying, but I don't want Charlie to die.
Oh,
We're like,
oh, buddy.
All right.
Yeah.
So we talk to him again. And every time you go in, it's like, I'm fine. I'm not sad. Okay. And we leave, and then he's crying again. This time going, but I love Charlie. And we're like, okay, well, I'm empathetic. I understand. I'm sympathetic, whatever. But you also don't love Charlie. You didn't have a relationship.
You really
with Charlie.
didn't give a shit
Anyway,
one way or another about it, right?
You didn't notice that she was even here until like 2 days ago.
Right.
And then it was, don't kill Charlie. You can't kill Charlie. And we're like, okay.
Let's rephrase this. We're this lady is killing Charlie.
Right.
We're
if anything, we hired a hitman, and we're not a part of the actual killing process.
No.
Then it was he stopped crying and goes, I have an idea. And we're like, okay, what's your idea? Amazon Prime has next day shipping.
Yes.
That's not an idea, that's a fact. But yes, it does. He wanted us to go on Amazon to find a real magic wand. Because the real magic wand would fix Charlie. And if we got it next day Prime shipping, then it would be here before the vet got here. So then we also had to have a conversation about how real magic wands don't exist. At the same time, we're having to have conversations about death.
Oh, man.
So we've introduced him to death and crushed his hopes and dreams all in one fell swoop. It was great.
It's a real growth week.
Yeah.
Man.
But
that's tough.
I believe we've gotten past that. Yeah. He doesn't seem like he's going to need lifelong therapy to deal with the trauma we just put him through. So that's
good.
That's good. Now, other trauma, that's still on the table.
Sure.
But this one, I think we made it. Okay, so we did that.
Yes.
Buried our dog in my parents' backyard with all the other dogs that have died in the last 3 years. It is becoming a Stephen King novel in their backyard. It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah. You should go poke around my backyard sometime. There's a bunch of shit back there.
You got a bunch?
A few things, yeah.
No. So then we sent the kid to stay at my parents' house Sunday night.
Yeah.
Because we had to be at the hospital at 5:30 a.m. the next day for surgery.
Oh. Brutal.
Yeah.
Insult to injury.
Which it's a laparoscopic surgery.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So not that bad, but I didn't know this until going in, and this is one of the most disturbing medical things I've ever heard of. Have you known anyone who had laparoscopic surgery? Anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. The inflating. Do you know about the inflating?
Yeah, that's one of the things they put in, right? And then they blow it up inside. They
essentially inflate you like a balloon to give space. They fill you with air.
Yes. Yes.
To give them space to move their instruments around or whatever.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
Yeah. It's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got there at 5:30, and my wife got her painkillers and got taken back, and I sat in a waiting room for. I walked around the Vanderbilt campus and sat in a waiting room for hours while they inflated her like a balloon animal and poked at things and took things out.
Yes. Yes.
And so everything went fine. The doctor, the surgeon came out with pictures to show me everything, which I don't need that.
Yeah,
For,
no. Yeah.
for future reference for any surgeons listening, no one wants to see it. Don't. Just don't.
Yeah. No.
What you gave me, sir, was a dozen pictures of various gooey inside parts that
Made no sense
you
to
told
you?
me what he told me what they were, but I was not going to remember that for sure.
Yeah.
So then I gave them to my wife when she was back coherent because she had wanted to see, and she's like, "What is this?" I don't know. Your insides. And all of them are your insides. Everything here is inside of you. I know that one is what your insides look like now versus before.
Okay.
Don't know what part of your insides, but something in there. It looks like this now. It's
Doctors,
gross,
man. I couldn't do it. I really couldn't do it.
No. Okay, so I had to put some thought into this. If you had to be a medical professional,
Yes.
I think the best option. Oh, my headphones are cutting out. Hold on.
Okay, no worries. I'm going to consider what I would do as a medical professional. I think he might say.
There we go.
I think
Can
I know
you
what
hear
he
me?
might say. Yes.
Okay. All right. So there are a few choices that obviously are out because I hate gooey things. Surgical, nurse, or surgeon, gone.
Out. Hard out. Same here.
And
can't do it. Would throw
no
up
interest.
inside a person. Yeah.
It would be awful. I think the best job for me in the entire medical field would potentially be either the person who gives children shots.
Okay.
Because
all right.
because there's very little blood, or a cancer ward. I think those are the only two I could handle because, like, the cancer ward, it's a lot of sad, but it's not. They're not bleeding on you. Theoretically, like that would be
true. I think that's true. I could see you being some amount of fun and comfort at the cancer ward if they just let you walk around and sort of patch Adams a little bit.
That's it. That's what
Yeah.
I would. Yeah, I would. I'd kill that cancer ward metaphorically.
Yeah. Let me let my dog in. She wants to come in. Hi, Jude. Come on in. There we go.
All right.
I think I would be an X-ray tech. I think that's the
I
ideal
didn't
job
think
for me.
about text.
Yeah, no, you don't really have to touch people a lot, just a little, and mostly just putting that vest on them.
Yeah, I could do X-ray tech. I wouldn't want to do like MRI.
No,
because then you're at some point going to have to help deliver bad news.
Yeah,
most likely.
Yeah,
and X-ray tech is just like, it broke.
Yeah,
you broke it.
And some people in the MRI freak out, and
that would be bad.
Have to manage that. I don't know if about a lot. I've had a good amount of X-rays in my life, and so that's probably the medical job I've observed the most, other than like doctor, nurse.
I hadn't thought about that. That's bumped up to number one. X-ray tech is number one. Cancer ward's number two. Number three. So I'll explain this in a second. The children's doctor / nurse would be number three. And here's why. You're having to give them shots. They're going to cry and scream. In the cancer ward, they're so used to things like that it's just kind of like okay, do it.
Yeah.
So cancer patients better than just regular kids. That's
Sure.
for me to have to stab with a needle. That would be easier.
Right. Well, I don't know about you. I mean, like, would you be like the old school doctor who would just be like, "Shut up, kid," and just jab them and get it over with, or would it be, because
it
I
might
remember
depend on the kid.
Yeah,
I don't. That's probably not the right answer, but like if you, let's say you have the kid version of Psybin come in.
Who's I looked him up, by the way. If anyone wants to send them some hate Instagram, it's at Vibin Psybin, VIBIN.
Please don't send them hate Instagram. Please just ignore that they exist.
All right, well, okay, fine. Do that. I will say that their Instagram also sucks. So there you go.
He likes very round sunglasses.
He does
on Instagram. That's a thing. Anyway, no, I don't. I think it would depend on, like, if you have like a kid that's visibly scared coming in. I don't think I could do like the just take it, kid, deal with it.
Yeah.
If you had like an 11, like, the preteen crowd that gets real bratty, them.
Sure, yeah.
There's always like that one preteen that thinks they're cool, and then they're going to get to junior high or middle school and realize, oh, I wasn't, and everyone hates me now. That kid, they might just, hey, shut it. Just, I'm giving you a shot. Shut up.
Yeah.
Just shut up right now.
And
no, you don't get a lollipop. You don't get one. I'm taking it. I'm going to eat it in
no
front
lollipops for this one. I mean, I remember being, I don't know how old I was, maybe 8 or 9, because I remember it, and going to this doctor, and they were going to give me a shot, and I don't know why, like, I'd had plenty of shots, but that day I was not having it. And I like backed into the corner. I was like, no fucking way, man. No way are you giving me a shot. I was screaming and flipping out. And I don't know what went on, because I don't mind shots at all now, but
shots have never fazed me. I don't like blood draws. I can handle them. They don't scare me. I just hate them.
Sure.
Shots, they don't affect me. It's just like, do it. Let's go.
I'm weird about blood draws. That's the one thing I feel brave about. Like, I actually watch them do it. Like, I'm like, there it is.
I watch them do it. Yeah. But there's a part of me that's watching going, that looks like too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're up to something, and I think that's too much blood for this one.
I have other fears, but yeah.
The last time I went to the doctor, they did the blood draw, and fortunately, I had the jokey nurse who likes to bust chops. Doing my blood draw, so it was actually a very good experience. I enjoyed having her take liquids from me.
There you go.
And they have the technology to. They just take a little bit of blood now, and then they can test all your stuff, your cholesterol, your blood sugar. They tested if I had HIV.
Really?
Spoiler alert: I don't.
Oh,
I know.
Good for you.
I was concerned. Actually, I would be very concerned if that had happened, because I've been married for 15 years, and I haven't been doing anything. So if something like that randomly showed up, it's like, that's a problem.
Yeah. Sorry, I keep looking up. It sounds like someone's on the roof. We're on the top floor, and the roof has those like rocks on it,
Uh-oh.
And I swear I hear someone above me like rifling around, but I mean, maybe sometimes they're up there working on stuff.
Psybin's coming after you.
Fuck. Yeah. He's vibing. He's all pissed.
I'm gonna murder you with blues riffs.
It wouldn't take much.
Yeah. So, it was a good experience at the doctor, but
That's good.
I was slightly concerned because I hate the doctor.
Sure.
And that's that nurse made me feel slightly more comfortable. I still hate the doctor, but I like her.
There you go.
I hate waiting rooms almost as much as I hate the doctor, and that was Monday, just all day in the waiting room, just playing Retro Bowl. Because
I played Retro Bowl for a while. Yeah. So, but wife is okay. Everybody's okay.
Wife is good. She's got a bottle of Oxy that she's not taking because we watched the TV show Dope Sick, and we know if you take it, you end up like Michael Keaton and lose your doctor's office. So
is that what happened with Michael Keaton?
Yeah. Well, I mean, in the
movie.
Dope.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
The mini series Dope Sick. Michael Keaton took Oxy. He's a small town doctor. He gets addicted to it. Bad things happen. Sure. It all turns out okay at the end, but it's a journey. It's a journey.
Oxycodone, a journey.
Yeah.
Well, fuck, man. Yeah, you've had a week. You've had a big week.
They sent me home, so I had to go get her prescriptions. And they sent me home with prescription ibuprofen and prescription Tylenol.
Yes.
And the prescription Tylenol, it's just regular Tylenol, but in a circle.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even stronger. It's not different. It's
really? Huh.
Yeah, I looked. It's the exact same strength as our regular strength Tylenol, just not in pill shape, in round shape.
Oh, that's wild.
So, Weird.
Right.
Anyway.
I mean, I think they give that out more now with the opioid stuff going on.
Yeah, they gave all of the basically they gave us everything they can give us. And we're like, okay, take this and take this. If you have to, here's a bottle of Oxy. Take the other two.
Yeah.
This one is an in case, don't take it. Here's the other two. So I think she's only taken like one, maybe two. And we're recording this many days later. So
Right.
So she's been recovering, watching a lot of TV, a lot of murder shows in my house, which means I've been a single parent all week, essentially.
Dude, and the dedication to come back and do some sushi jackknife. You know?
It's a lot. It's been a week.
It's been a big week.
But we made it. We're here.
You're there. You made it.
Yeah.
You have a few more life experiences punched into your belt.
There we go.
Or whatever.
I also went, this is not related to this. It just happened today. I also went rock climbing at a rock climbing gym for the first time. So I've experienced everything in life now.
Wow.
I've played a concert and ridiculed a band. I've had to put a dog down.
Yeah.
I've had my wife make me play Retro Bowl in a waiting room for hours. And I've climbed a rock wall with a 7-year-old. So,
hey, the last thing is you got to get that boat back. We got to get on the seas.
That's it.
When I was about to graduate high school, all right.
Yeah.
No one thought this was a real plan, by the way. In my heart of hearts, I think I even knew it wasn't a real plan. But I considered for a period of time. I had a friend who told me all the money that could be made catching crabs, I think it was, out in the off the coast of Alaska.
Yeah.
And, within a matter of weeks, you could make tens of thousands or more dollars.
This is actually true. You
it's
can do this.
actually true. You might lose a few, digits along the way, or just die. It's incredibly dangerous. But yeah, that was a brief consideration of I would have never made it. I'm not tough enough for this kind of shit. I'm just not.
No, neither one of us could do that job. I think we would if we didn't die because of the elements or because of an accident on the boat, we'd get murdered by the other fishermen just because they'd go, oh, we could kill those guys real quick. It would be fun.
Increase our share. Yeah.
They're not going to do anything.
But yeah, that was a real consideration of mine at one point. I'm glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, I think that's at the bottom. You know what? That's below surgery nurse.
Yeah.
In my job list. I would rather look at people's gooey insides than have to go fish in Alaska.
Right.
If for no other reason than the dark and light thing in Alaska, I can't handle it.
That would be tough. That would be really tough.
I don't want a period that's all dark, and I don't want a period that's all sunlight. That all sounds terrible.
God, it does. Yeah, so instead I went to liberal arts college,
The opposite of crab fishing in Alaska.
Right. Oh, man. Well, the Super Bowl's tomorrow. I don't think.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is.
Woo!
I don't think we can get out of this episode without just a little bit of Super Bowl talk.
Yeah. Well, and by the time people hear this, the Super Bowl probably has happened.
Yeah, I doubt I'm going to get this out tomorrow morning.
Unless we're cranking it out real quick.
Right.
So, if we make a prediction, everyone will immediately know how wrong or right we were.
Yes.
Do we need to try recording like both ways?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll do first right now. First, we'll do the Chiefs won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
Wow, that was quite the game. Patrick Mahomes.
Travis Kelce.
He footballed real good.
He
and,
did. Who's that guy that's a real killer on the defense? Chris Jones, is that right?
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones murdered Brock Purdy.
I can't believe he actually murdered Brock Purdy. I mean, it was a 15-yard penalty, but I mean, it really made the defense the dominant force in the game for sure. Okay.
Let's see. Butker made every single attempt.
He made 30 field goals. How did that happen?
Yeah.
That one, I'm pretty sure that last one was actually Brock Purdy's head that he kicked through. Yeah, it was bad. Really bloody game.
Bloody but perfect. Absolutely perfect.
Taylor loved it. Taylor Swift was a huge fan of the blood. She has bloodlust, and we didn't realize that until this Super Bowl. So.
She jumped from her box onto the field and began lapping up Brock Purdy's blood spurting from his still moving body.
I liked when she jumped in front of a camera holding Brock Purdy's severed head and screamed, "Is this your hero? This is your hero now!" I thought that was a really fun moment. Anyway, great. Chiefs won.
Chiefs won.
Three Super Bowls and 4 tries for Patrick Mahomes. Great. All right, now the 49ers won. Okay. Boy,
what
that
the
game
fuck
sucked.
happened?
That was awful. Oh,
God
man.
Damn it.
Can you believe Chris Jones tried to murder Brock Purdy, but then Brock Purdy turned it around on him and actually shanked him? That was crazy.
I did
not see that coming at all.
Andy Reid runs out into the field clutching his chest.
Yeah.
That really
Taylor,
that dropped the mood. Yeah.
Why did Taylor Swift have to break up with Travis Kelce during the third quarter?
Mid-game.
Like, I couldn't wait till the end of the game. in the middle of the game. He was on the field.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
She already had a song written and everything. It was. It seemed premeditated. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's all very weird.
Usher floated above the crowd and picked up a running back from the 49ers and just dumped him in the end zone.
And everyone just allowed it because there's nothing in the rule books about that.
It's a hell of a game, but fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Usher for the Super Bowl halftime show.
Yes.
Why?
Well, I feel like
Usher is more popular than I give him credit for. I'm aware.
Yes, he's very popular. Sure. I mean, he's perhaps less popular than he once was, but still very popular.
I just feel like he was never like a 10 out of 10 on popularity.
Yeah, I think that's true.
He was never like a superstar. He was a star.
Yeah.
It's a weird choice.
It is. I mean, I think the thing about the Super Bowl halftime show is you must choose someone who is most people are going to have heard of, at least.
Yeah, that's important.
Some people are going to be very familiar with. Other people will be like, "Oh yeah, I've heard that song before." Sure,
right.
And you don't want to pick anybody who's like actively going to piss anyone off. So
that's
Usher
true.
feels
that's
like
a point.
He feels like a really safe choice.
He is fairly safe. I mean, you couldn't have like Lil Wayne do it.
No.
Someone like that, because half of America is going to be very upset,
Right.
whereas half of America with Usher is going to go, "What was that?" And then they move on. They don't. They don't know what it is. They don't care. They might be upset if Lil Jon shows up to scream "Yeah" in the song. Yeah.
I really hope that happens, by the way, because I really, really, really would love to see Lil Jon just for a minute.
That's really the only hope I have for the Super Bowl halftime show.
Do you think now it would be wrong for her to do so because she's clearly biased, but do you think they have a moment within the show where they do something Swift related as a nod? Because
you mean like on field or
during the halftime show, somewhere during the half, maybe he sings a bar of one of her songs or something. I don't know.
I hope not.
I hope not too.
It takes a lot for me to feel this way. I feel bad for Taylor Swift.
Yeah. You are an avowed Swift hater from way back.
I don't like Taylor Swift. My child has decided he likes Taylor Swift's music. Yeah. It's very upsetting to me.
Sure.
But like everything she does at every football game is under a microscope because her fans are analyzing every move she makes. Yes. And the people who hate her are also analyzing every move she makes.
Yes.
Just so they can complain about how they had to watch the move that she made.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Like that's all they want to watch her so that they can complain that they had to watch her.
Right.
And so all she is doing is watching a football game. That's her entire thing. Is she's at the football game in a luxury box because Taylor Swift.
She's got more money than God. Yeah,
she's not going to be in the nosebleed section. She's got a lot of money. She's just watching the game, and every time she does anything, there's like a million billion people seeing what she did and analyzing every single part of it.
Yes. Which doesn't sound fun.
No, that sounds so bad.
It sounds awful. That sounds really terrible. Like you have to be on all the time.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter like a few weeks ago people getting upset about her dancing in the box celebrating a touchdown. I'm like, hey, idiots. She didn't know you were watching her. She's just having fun.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Leave her alone. Leave them all alone. No one gives a crap.
Did you like for a minute? There was I don't know if it's still going on, but there was a rumor mill going that like his mom didn't like her. That Kelsey's mom didn't.
I didn't hear that part.
You didn't hear that? I heard that
it doesn't
on like the news. Yeah, the like Good Day America or some shit was like, I don't know. She looks like she's being a little cold towards Taylor, and everybody loves Mrs. Kelsey. You know, it's
stop
so stupid.
Just stop it.
It's so dumb.
My favorite Taylor Swift thing is the Republican theory. Have you heard the Republican theory with her?
A little bit about this, yeah, a little bit.
Now, I'm going to have to go through the entire line of events that would have had to happen for what they're saying before I say what they're saying.
Right.
Their theory is that the Chiefs traded up to draft Patrick Mahomes because they in 2018 because they needed a quarterback to throw to Travis Kelce to make Travis Kelce a superstar so that they could win 2 out of 3 Super Bowls.
Okay.
Which would then get the attention of Taylor Swift. This is all what would have had to have happened before their plot could take place.
Okay.
So he could get the attention of Taylor Swift and they could start dating, air quotes, dating, so that she could go to the Super Bowl when they get to the 4th Super Bowl in 5 years to announce her endorsement of Joe Biden.
What the fuck?
Their whole thing is that it's a setup so she can endorse Joe Biden at the Super Bowl.
What the fuck?
Like, she's Taylor Swift. She could just endorse Joe Biden whenever, and all of her people are going to go, okay, fine.
She's been very openly liberal for a while, you know, like
it doesn't matter what venue she endorses Joe Biden at.
Right.
Her word is bigger than the Super Bowl is to the people who listen to her.
Oh, 1,000,000%. That's right.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, Tucker Carlson, wherever you're rotting now that you've been fired from Fox News, shut up.
Shut up. Go listen to some Psybin, you fucking asshole.
Oh, that's he's the kind of guy. He's the kind of guy that loves a blues lick.
I didn't make. So we have a list of films that Jennifer has never seen. Jennifer spent portions of her childhood very shielded from pop culture.
Yes.
So I have about 50 movies written down.
Okay.
That she's mostly from the 80s and 90s that she's never seen. And, you know, some of them are hardcore classics. Like at this point, well, some are 70s too. For example, a couple years ago, I showed her Rambo. She loved it.
Really? She loved Rambo?
Loved Rambo. Or not Rambo. Not Rambo. Rocky. God.
Oh,
Rocky.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to be concerned that I don't know your wife as well as I thought. She came out of Rambo.
Gun violence movie.
Amazing. This is the best movie.
No, Rocky. Rocky. She absolutely loved Rocky.
It's a good movie.
It's a great movie. It's the best. It's weirdly the best Sylvester Stallone movie that he's ever done, and it was the first one.
It is.
You know?
Yeah.
I showed her.
Real quick, did you make her watch the other Rocky movies?
No. I didn't want to diminish yet.
I
there are
think
some great ones.
You need to work her through all the Rocky movies so you can see her love of Rocky just slowly destroyed movie by movie until you get to Rocky 5, and then it's just what happened?
Yeah. And listen, I like 2, 3, and 4. I do. I like them, but
but you acknowledge as you watch them, they get progressively worse. 2 is fine.
Yeah,
2 is not bad.
No.
3 is kind of bad, and 4 is just out there.
Totally.
There's a butler robot. It's all very strange.
Yes. Yes. So anyway. she loved Rocky. I showed her Jaws.
Yeah.
I can't say she loved it, but it totally worked for her. She was freaked out by Jaws. And we're talking about a movie that came out so many decades ago now. No CGI, everything's practical, anyway, obviously one of the best movies ever made, right? But there you go.
Right.
So last night we were working our way through the list. What did we watch recently? We watched, oh man, I'm completely forgetting what we watched recently. We watched one that, I skipped Terminator. I said, why don't we watch Terminator 2? Which is the best Terminator movie, right?
Yeah.
And she liked it enough, but I think it was too dated. It was at this point,
it doesn't hold up that well.
Yeah.
I don't know that that's one. I don't know that our kids will care about it at all.
I know. It's tough. Such a good movie. When it came out, it totally blew my head off, So last night, we're going to do this again. And I'm looking at some of the selections and I'm thinking, okay, she's never seen Back to the Future. I know. She's never seen Alien or Aliens. She's never seen a lot of this stuff. And we settled on Lethal Weapon.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
And, Die Hard. Also, she loved Die Hard. I showed her Die Hard a couple of years ago.
Die Hard's now, did you show her all of the other Die Hard?
No.
So you can watch her love of Die Hard slowly die. Movie by movie.
Not at all. But yeah, so last night, Lethal Weapon. And God damn, I love that movie so much.
It's such a good movie.
Oh, it's so great, man. The dialogue is killer. The acting is incredible.
I had a moment where this was post Mel Gibson racist meltdown on the highway.
Right.
I watched Lethal Weapon like a couple years after that, and it was so good that I found myself almost forgiving Mel Gibson for being a terrible human being just because I'm like, that movie is so good though.
So good. And he's amazing in it.
He is.
I mean, he is completely amazing in it.
You just have to remind yourself he's a bad person.
Yeah,
it's
that's right. It's not. It's what, when you watch something like What Women Want, it's easier to remind yourself that he's a piece of shit. But when you see Lethal Weapon, you're like, God damn it! Why is he got to be an asshole?
No, it's so good. It's a good movie,
man. And
really, you know what? All of them are pretty good. They're not like the Rocky movies.
Right.
Like, they do get worse, but there's not one that you're like, okay, well, that ruined the entire chain of movies and possibly movies in general forever.
Yes. I love 2. 2 is great. Yeah. I like 3 a lot as well. 4 I don't remember as well because 4 came a lot later.
It's fine. Yeah. It's fun. It's a fun movie.
You've got is Jet Li, I think, in that one? I believe.
I think so. I believe anyway, that's who it was.
But yeah, so I need to show her 2, absolutely. But and she liked it. She's what she said was, I understand why it's a classic, and I was like, thank you. What I forgot about Lethal Weapon is like there's tits, there's like tons of drugs.
Oh yeah,
it's you. Children should not watch that film.
No, it's not a kid movie. Are you going to show her, if we're talking about 80s cop movies?
Yeah.
Are you going to show her Beverly Hills Cop?
Oh, eventually, yeah.
Okay,
it's got to happen. It's on the list.
Yeah, that's also good.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah. That's like peak Eddie Murphy right there. I mean, my God.
You know what? Any good cop movie came from the 80s. There's not a really good cop movie from any other decade.
70s. I would say 70s.
But those I guess there were some good ones.
They're not fun. They're gritty cop movies.
The 80s had the fun cop movies. We'll say that.
Yeah,
And then the
90s, I don't know.
90s
Yeah.
kept trying. They kept going, and it didn't work.
People say that movie Nice Guys is really good with Russell Crowe and somebody else.
Oh, I
But
don't know if
never
I've ever
seen
seen
it.
that one.
I haven't seen it, but I keep hearing that it's
I
really
remember.
good.
Yeah, I remember. I have knowledge that it existed.
Is it Ryan Gosling in that movie? Is it Russell Crowe?
Is it
Maybe.
Gosling?
It might be. I don't remember.
Let's see.
Yeah, man. Lethal Weapon holds up so much. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
soundtrack with talk about your blues rock though. I mean Clapton and David Sanborn on sax and
Yeah, my favorite thing about all of those movies is the gratuitous sax solo in every 80s cop theme song.
And it's like raining in LA and you're like, does it rain in LA? Yeah.
Yeah, they're every theme song to one of those movies in the 80s. You have a normal sounding song and then all of a sudden
yeah,
out of nowhere, this sax just blowing out every other instrument. They've got the sax cranked all the way up.
That's right. We got that sax cranked.
It is. Yeah, it's Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling.
In The Nice Guys. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sax solos need to come back.
100%. They should never go away. Yeah.
Not because I enjoy them, but because every time I hear one, it's like, huh, okay. All right.
Also, Nathan, Lethal Weapon, technically a Christmas movie. So one of these years, it happens at Christmas. It opens with Jingle Bell Rock. Is it Jingle Bell Rock? I think so. Rocking Around the Christmas Tree? One of those songs.
Does it really?
It does. It does. There is nothing about Christmas in it at all, except for it's Christmas at the beginning. It's Christmas at the end.
Okay.
That's pretty much, and a couple people say like Merry Christmas through the movie. That's it.
I mean, that's as Christmassy as some movies that are considered Christmas movies.
Totally.
Like what's the rom-com that everyone watches every Christmas?
Love Actually?
Yes. Like it takes place in Christmas, but the storylines in that movie are a couple of extras on the set of a porno meet and have conversation. That's one plot line. That's a whole plot line. A kid has a friend that's moving away from school, so he learns the drums. That's a plot line. A guy wants to bang his secretary. That's a plot line. That's the whole thing.
Sure.
And what Laura Linney has a brother that she has to take care of, so she can't have a relationship. None of those are Christmas storylines.
You're right.
None of them. Not one.
Yep.
So if you are a person who's going to complain about Die Hard being a Christmas movie or Lethal Weapon being a Christmas movie, you can't watch that movie and call it a Christmas movie. That's the rule.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm laying it out right now. I'm correct. You're wrong if you disagree with me. So
come on.
There we go. This. It's also a good movie, by the way. I like Love Actually.
I haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember it being good.
Yeah. The most awkward scenes in the history of film are the extras on the porno set. To me, it's just so awkward. Because they're having to act out what's going to happen in the movie, but they're having full conversations with each other while they do it.
Whoa!
Just think about how awkward that would be in life. Yeah, that's awful. Yeah,
we're kind of in the. I didn't know if I was going to bring this up or not, but we're kind of in the territory. I heard a story. I read an article this last week about. Well, there seems to be some subculture that's cropped up on the internet about,
as they do,
as they do, encouraging young men to not masturbate, specifically to pornography, but it seems like kind of at all. Have you heard of this?
I mean, Is it called a church?
It's not called it. No, it's not abstinence. It's like it's not based in religion. It's like they think that if they don't, they'll be there's some YouTuber who's like standing outside in the cold. And he's like, I feel totally fine. I'm totally good because I don't jerk off. And it's like, what? And it's like they feel like it's going to convey some sort of like superhuman ability on them if they abstain. That's fucking bonkers is what that is.
I'm not a doctor. We've talked about that.
Right.
I'm not a medical professional. That's not how that works.
Not at all. In fact, you're not doing yourself any favors. Like,
no,
it's perfectly normal and natural. Like, go for it. I'm not saying you have to look at porn.
If you hold all that in, like, the end result of masturbating is not like, oh no, I've ejaculated all of my superpowers away. It happened again, guys. Oh,
yeah. Now I'm weak. I'm so weak. It's like the opposite of that. It's like,
I don't. Oh boy.
Yeah. People get into some weird shit, man. They do.
That feels like a person who watched Joe Rogan for years and has taken Joe Rogan thought process to the next level.
Yes, exactly.
Like to a point that even Joe Rogan would be like, whoa.
I never said that. Like, yeah, I feel like
I touch it a lot, guys. It's it's fine. It's
even in what do they call it? They have Sober October, I think. Rogan and his crew.
Yeah, Sober October is
there is this is from NPR. There's a thriving landscape of social media content, online forums, and entrepreneurs, of course, dedicated to helping men suppress the urge to masturbate to pornography.
How are you making money off that? How do you entrepreneur that?
I don't know. Here's a quote. Nothing scares me. Nothing hurts me anymore, a young YouTuber tells the camera as snowflakes cut across the frame. He is shirtless in a Michigan January, he tells viewers, to make a point about embracing discomfort in order to become a great, powerful man.
I don't think he was doing it right.
He's not doing it right.
If his before time was full of fear.
Right. Now, okay, let's think about, we've had a long, successful history of patriarchy, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It has been well established.
We have done so well at patriarchy. Like, we're the Michael Jordan of patriarchy. Right.
The world over. Patriarchy has more or less ruled. There's been a few islands here and there where things got out of hand, but I'm being farcical. I hope everyone hears that.
We lost a little bit of control when we let those women learn to vote and things like that.
Whole thing. I mean, look at Saudi Arabia now that they can drive. Come on. Anyway, think of any example of a great and powerful in quotes man. Let's use Genghis Khan. All right.
Okay.
What did Genghis Khan do more often than spread his seed across the world? So much so that isn't there some kind of statistic about we all have a little bit of Genghis Khan DNA or something like that?
Yeah, I don't know if that's actually true, but I've definitely heard it.
Now, obviously, he was making babies, not spending time, not playing solo, but still, that has to say something about.
Here's a fun theory we can go with. Genghis Khan was actually infertile, and not like all of the stories are a lie. He couldn't ever get it up.
So
he never he never masturbated. And that is why he was able to dominate so many other people, because he was no longer afraid and had all of the strength in the world.
Sure.
We don't know.
This YouTuber, whose handle is I Am Lucid, says that he can handle below freezing.
I hate this person.
I know.
It's so bad.
I know. He says that he can stand below freezing temperatures because he has been taking cold showers every day. That's another thing you see on the internet about taking cold showers, which I'm guessing is at least partially bullshit.
Yeah.
And crucially,
I think that actually is a Joe Rogan thing. I think the cold shower thing
is it?
Okay,
that makes sense. That makes perfect sense.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that in relation to him.
So this kid's been taking cold showers every day, and crucially, he hasn't masturbated to pornography in a year. He says, quote, "That's the most beta thing you can do. That's the weakest thing any man can do." What the fuck, man? What does that mean?
What
does that mean?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm at a point where I feel like anyone who says beta,
I know,
in the world, should just immediately be sent to prison for like 5 years until they get out.
Yes.
No one has ever said alpha or beta and come out of it where I don't think that they're just a ridiculous person.
I have to agree with you. Yeah, why do you think of the world in those terms? You know what I mean? Why do you think about yourself and other guys in those terms? It's really stupid,
yeah.
You know,
the whole thing's very dumb. Anyway, I guess the moral of this story is, hey guys listening, masturbate.
Go
if you
for
want
it.
to.
Yeah,
just do it. I don't.
Look, you don't have to.
You don't have to tell me if you do it. By the way, I don't want to hear about it. Know.
Yeah.
But you know, do what you want. Who cares?
You don't even have to look at pornography, but just do it, because like you'll probably like you're gonna feel better. Like honestly, like
I have a sneaking suspicion if anyone were to look into the search history of Mr. I Am Lucid.
Yeah.
Maybe, I mean, he might be telling the truth. But if you went back to before this whole thing started, you're going to see some really messed up stuff.
Yeah. And that's a problem too. Look, I'm not denying that that's also a problem. Okay.
Yeah.
There are extremes. Yeah.
It's anyway. Yeah. Just masturbate. No, I don't care. Do it.
Takeaways from this episode: masturbate while listening to Psybin.
No, don't do that. That would be worse than the pornography that saps your strength and makes you scared of life. That's honestly, that's not anything anyone wants. Maybe Psybin. Maybe just Psybin.
Yeah. Is that a sushi jackknife?
Yeah, I do. I do want to also throw in there real quick that I have referred to his guitar solos as self-masturbatory guitar solos. And now we've come full circle. So there we go. Now it's a sushi jackknife.
Good night, everybody. Go jerk off. God damn.
Whatever. So there we go.
What happened?
Oh dear, you've frozen.
And Nathan froze for me. Nathan froze for me. Nathan froze for me. Will he come back? We'll see. For me. Uh-oh. Boy, real froze. Nathan froze for me. Cha, cha. Still recording over here. Not too good right now. Oh, and he's gone. Okay. We'll just wait for him to come back, probably. That's what's happening. It's amazing this shit ever works. Nathan froze for me and then died. Nathan froze for me, then died. Nathan froze for me and then died. Sleepy, sleepy man. Sleepy, sleepy man. Everybody wants to fuck a duck. You back? Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
It wants me to hear you through the computer. There we go.
Okay.